In the top right, trap. And in the bottom left, we do have solar. Well, I'll just consider that as a warm-up here. There we go, pylon on the low ground. And yeah, standard stuff here from trap. Most likely gonna be a Stargate opening again. Yeah, Classic was... He lost so hard, he just got kind of wrecked out of everything. He lost 2 maps in one there. Solar actually doing the same thing as Dark did. Want to scout a little bit, see if there's gonna be a block coming. Trap is someone who has been liking to go for these blocks, but really nobody's doing these anymore right now. Everybody's trying to nail their build as much as possible, get the sharpest timing possible there. Overlord's moving across the map here now. Doing some scouting, of course, keeping one at home to see, wait, is there a cannon rush coming or a proxy gate or something super weird. This is like the safety overload. It also confirms the scout and the angle the scout comes from. I mean, it's not... nobody does it really, but it's not impossible to just do 2 gates somewhere and zealot all in. It is a possibility, and you can even transition into Stalkers or Adepts from there with the cybernetic score afterwards. But it's not really something you see. I mean, we saw it actually in Riyadh. I want to say somebody used... Oh yes, it was Estrella who tried to make it work on post-youth, and he almost did. He almost... I think it came down to like a spawning pool sitting at 7 HP or something, and the queen just getting the final transfuse, and the one little missed target by Estrella like for a couple seconds. So he ended up losing that game in the end. Man, that was one of the craziest games I've seen on post-youth though. Speed on the way here, and a pylon block on the 3rd location. So Trap trying to force Solar to go to the other location. So why this matters is, first of all, you're forcing the Zerg to expand top. That means the 3rd base is not on a high ground. And second of all, the lower base, natural, leads very quickly into the gold base as a 4th base. So now if Solar wants to take his 4th, it's gonna be a blue base. And that's what's Trap kind of making sure here. It's trying to stifle the growth from the mid game to the late game, basically, already setting that up in the early game. It's a very smart, very kind of chess move there. Trying to stay ahead of your opponent like several moves already from the beginning of the game. Second gate being thrown down here, Oracle on the way, is almost finishing up in a second here, and Overlord of course did get a good scout. He knows what's coming, but he didn't commit into the main. He doesn't know if there's a Void Ray coming in, but honestly I think you can just do it, because if there's a Stalker, I mean, he's gonna push him to the high ground, but you can always bring an Oracle and kill it. So you might just get to confirm if it's actually a Stargate or not. Ling is gonna confirm the 3rd base, 2 Adepts gonna keep that safe. And again, the Oracle coming in. 2 queens in a good position here in between natural and main, immediately assisting that queen and Spore at the natural. And yeah, Oracle didn't even turn in its pulse beam, just gonna rotate out. And only 1 Spore, very interesting defense here set up. There we go. Oh, quick warp in here to block those links. For a second I thought he would get in there. It's gonna lose a probe though, but I'd rather have that block done. Could have turned that probe around, to be honest. Like if he was really on fire, he would have just pulled it back through the warping in Adept there into the natural base, basically. There we go, couple oracles coming in here. Gonna assassinate 3 drones. It's a good move. Not losing too much here. Might even come in from this angle. No, he's actually going to go into the top again. And there we go. Yeah, Solar was kind of out of position with those 4 queens. losing another 5 drones. That's actually a lot. 8 drones at this stage of the game. That's a great pick off here by Trap. And he keeps both oracles alive, and both are kind of healthy still. None is in the red. Oh, no, he could get targeted a little bit here. It's not gonna happen. So they're just confirming, hey, do you actually have probes being made, or is this a transitional nexus with an all-in behind this? Forge is actually here, and the Twilight Council as well, going into charge in +1, double gateway, and the Templar Archives coming in here. A few links trying to poke, but actually not really finding as much. A couple zealots already been warped behind here. That's interesting that he already has zealots. So my thinking, my thoughts here about these zealots is basically he's trying to nail a super harsh timing, already preparing for that and trying to get none or no unnecessary units. Only a Stalker, 2 Adepts, and then is all Zealot Archon from there. Oh, can these Archon pass? I guess now they do. The old Archon wouldn't. Oh, this is an Archon drop now. And a couple of Zealots for harassment and 2 Adepts. Okay, so I'm very curious. This is such an interesting kind of mix of units here. It's gonna hold the tower for now. It's gonna get the oracles in position here. Ling is gonna see, hey, your defenses are not here, so I can maybe rotate some links in. There we go, already zealots being warped in. Charge did just finish up. 3 more zealots coming in. And the +1 is about to finish. This is a beautiful timing here. Oh my, those probes were a little bit out of position, getting caught by these links there. A little bit greedy, trying to go for the 4th nexus without clearing those links. Is gonna pay with 3 workers. And this is, at this point, just a creep clearing force. The actual potential behind this is not that big. As you can see, there's enough roaches, there's enough queens. And this is just basically a reinforced Archon drop, kind of. You can see, hey, it's hitting later, but it is... it can do still the same. Where it is creep clearing and try to roam the map a little bit. Roach speed did just finish, so a good timing pullback here from Trap, who is actually going not into Blink, but has a couple of Stalkers here. That's interesting. Just to try to keep out that Overlord. I'd rather, like, I'd probably rather make 1 Void Ray than 2 Stalkers, to be honest, but it's up to you. The harassing a little bit with the Archon drop here. Actually getting some nice value, but... Of course, you always need to be careful. Oh my god, if he could get this queen, yeah, he can if he drops again, but no, the prism control is not there. He gets the queen anyways. Takes a lot of damage on the prism though. Is he gonna drop on those links again? Would be great. He's trying to deal some damage to those roaches. They actually stack up a lot here and they're not that great in those areas against the Archons. Wow. There we go, all of these links. Getting slaughtered there at the 4th base, not really doing anything. Nice defensive setup is gonna start here. +2 is about to hit, and this is again another timing where Trap thinks, hey, maybe I can do something. And the idea is, well, maybe I can poke out your base here in the top, maybe I can shave off some units. But there's always already Locus on the way. They're about to be done here in just a few seconds. There we go. First few are already out. And this is when this army kind of expires. You need more mortals. He's looking at 4. I guess he can fight, but he doesn't really have enough zealots to go with it right now. Oh, if this trap gets activated, that's great. Really slowing this attack down. And now, oh, you should definitely focus on this hatchery, Mr. Trap. Also trying to push in at the same time, but not running into lurkers. I think that's not a good idea there. Yeah, stay away from those spines. And he's definitely gonna get this hatchery. No queens in range to transfuse. He's gonna lose all of these zealots, but yeah, good retarget there. Just in time, just enough to get that done. A Stalker chasing 3 roaches, not really what you like to see. Still no Blink, actually. If he's whopping in so many Stalkers, definitely should get Blink. I mean, we're looking at 4 here now. I think he still has a few somewhere else. There we go. So yeah, if you have like more than 5 Stalkers, I guess you can definitely... Oh, what? I didn't see those guys. He has 8 immortals. Oh my god. Trap has been pumping out immortals like a madman. Not really going into too many archons, only sitting at 3 here. He has Storm at this point, and now he comes in with the immortal hammer. Oh my lord, this is so much power. Oh boy. But there again, he's whopping in stalkers as a panic move. But these stalkers without blink, I doubt they're going to do anything. He's whopping in more and more stalkers. No blink, mate. You cannot fight as you want to with these. And yeah, still not queuing up blink. Definitely a big mistake whopping in stalkers there. I don't think that's what you need to clear out those roaches. Trap now trying to go for an attack. He has so many mortals, but stacking them up like that, they're not gonna fare well against those lurkers in that position. He should go up north, try to check this base, and he could have definitely poked that one out. Roach is now committing into the main, are finding the fleet bacon, but nothing really. They see also nothing really produced yet out of that Stargate. It's more about the mothership which is coming in, and he scouts that as well. Gold base being taken now for both players here. And yeah, Solar has been looking better and better, stabilizing more and more here. And we have so many blinked stalkers. I mean, look at this. It's like 10 stalkers at this point here across the map, which do not have blink. And they're just not strong without blink. They are just so bad, so weak. Look at this. They have to walk back now into position here. They cannot try to blink to regen shields. And finally we get a Zealot warp in here to try and get rid of this Ling attack, Ling Roach attack. But yeah, Solar is pushing in now. He's trying to open up these rocks here. But if Trap can hold the high ground, he's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's a big reveal here. Oh my god, that's one of the biggest reveals I've ever seen. Almost all of the army here. Trying to send some units around. Still no blink on those stalkers, so they're all trapped now here if he really wants to move in there. It's kind of pulling back a little bit, letting some of those alive, but this base should fall here if he focuses on it. He needs to move the lurkers forward a little bit though. Oh, I don't like these force fields here, to be honest. I don't think this army is enough here in that bottom. Wow, those so many lurkers, oh my god. So there's still these 2 overseers, and he cannot really commit into this unless he kills the overseers. And yeah, there you see, lurkers are now in position to shave off the retreat here and the reinforcements, and now this base can just be killed. It's just gonna fall to the lurkers now. I guess the Lings are gonna finish it off. There we go. Some roaches here in a big stasis trap at home. But a couple trying to move in. Finally we're gonna see blink. It definitely a mistake. It feels like he wanted to get blink because he was warping in so many stalkers for defense, and he wanted to kind of get more stormers into his army apparently. But it seems like he really forgot to get blink. So oh my god, that's a move command. Oh boy. Get those out of there. One lurker here trying to harass this base, clear out those workers eventually, and the rest to try and kill the army. Oh my, that mothership is about to die. He's trying to throw down a slow zone, but I think this army is gonna be dunzos. Not enough AoE, not enough storm. Maybe a little bit overly committing to those immortals. And yeah, if you have too many, they're like, they don't scale as well as High Templars, for example. And GG's called. So, a little bit weird thing. Immortals are very powerful, and you can have a lot of them in your army, and they are gonna be strong. But there will be a point where they kind of start to scale like roaches, where they cost a lot of supply, but they actually don't deal any additional damage, and just stack on top of each other against those lurker spines. So eventually they're just basically like a big supply eater if you do not spread them out correctly, if you don't have the arc possible, or the terrain that enables you to build that big arc where they can actually go ahead and be very strong and shoot all at once. And the bottom right we do have Trap going for a block this time, and in the top left it is Solar. So yeah, definitely I want to say overmaking the immortals, not using them correctly there, unfortunately for Trap. So it's gonna cost him his life. He didn't really have enough Templars. He was warping in a lot of stalkers with no blink, and never got blink way too late. He's gonna succeed in the block here. But yeah, so one thing which sometimes you see when people blink on top of lurkers, right? You can do those things to kind of let the lurkers not shoot at your immortals. It's a weird thing, but so you have those charge slots, right? But the charge slots cannot move through things. They can only move towards things very fast. And if you have like a ground army on top of those lurkers, sometimes just blinking your stalkers on top of those will act as a diversion for those lurker spines against your zealots and immortals. Oh, it's actually going for a block himself here, Solar, that is. So both players blocking, but Solar actually gets his natural up. So nice for him, you're kind of getting ahead in this little mind game there. And yeah, second gate was needed to be produced here for Trap. It feels like this hurts the Protoss more than the Zerg player, to be honest. He's just gonna cancel this one and he can just get up the third base now. Not gonna go for the second block. Drone is gonna get killed. Rope's still on patrol here. He's just gonna get his double queen and speed, it seems, first. No super quick, fast third hatch base. Actually, you should start the queens. There we go. Speed is gonna be up in a second. And yeah, you can already use this drone move out. There we go. And probably gonna take third base super quickly here with this. That's something this opening really does for you. You can just take a next, next hatchery so fast. 6 links. 8 links actually to defend the zealot here. Need to be very careful. This is a big, a strong force here from the pros player, and Zerglings without speed are just so weak against those units specifically. All of these deal very much damage to Zerglings. First queen is gonna pop here. 2 drones already falling. One is gonna get saved into a spore. One is rallying in there, but the adepts go to the main base. What is happening here? A probe actually attacking that one. Adept still trying to make something work. A lot of links have been forced here by this small force. And Trap's doing very well. You're getting one more drone maybe? Oh my god, actually he does 5 drones. That's a lot of damage. Can he get one more? That would be absolutely massive. I don't think he can. Oh, actually a second adept rotates in, but yeah. Shades out to save his soul and body. There we go, let's have a look at what was lost. Only 2 adepts and 1 zealot for 6 drones and 8 links, and so many links behind this which literally don't do anything now. That's a great start for Trap. Oh, he's actually moving in here. Let's see what he can get done. I don't think too much. Speed is now done, and yeah, there we go. First adept is gonna fall, second adept is gonna die as well. I didn't like the last move. I think if you don't do that and just pull back your adepts, take your third base, I think that's a great spot for you. Now, oh, can he get that? Ah, what a shame. He put on 300 points of damage on this hatchery. It's a lot of damage. Oh, he gets the overload. A little bit sloppy here from Solar, definitely, and is gonna get him supply blocked. He really wanted to save that one. Yeah, he only has 1 overload on the way, I think. There we go. Oh, okay. It's 3. But yeah, it's a good supply block. Actually committing to those shades, so yeah, we do see a Twilight Council. I was kind of wondering, hey, where's the Stargate unit? It's so late. And where's the third base? It's also kind of late. Now finally going to approach that third, but yeah, he is already transitioned into more and more adepts here. Basically these 4 adepts should have been the 4th base, right? And these 3 adepts should have been the Void Ray or the first couple oracles. And catch that Ling. Deny the scout for now. Of course, it's always tough to deny any scouting against the Zerg player who has speed links. Yeah, so if he shoots the next time, his hand is gonna be revealed. Let's quickly have a look at the gate count. We do have 3 gates, so it's not too many gates. Definitely not at all in. But he wants to get ahead with this. He wants to kill as many drones as he can. But there's already so many links. Solar didn't really make so many drones. And that's a weird thing. As Trap, you don't expect this. And you know, like, your enemy is on 3 bases. And you're like, oh wait, what? You're all-inning me? I was trying to put on a bigger pressure. You're all-inning me. Oh my god, that was the bile from hell. Oof. Killing 5 adepts there. What a beautiful setup. And now he can even transition. He's like, alright, I killed all of your harassment. I can make a lair now. And he's just making drones. These 3 adepts, I mean, they go down for 5 drones, which is okay. But now, what do you have at home? He's still making only adepts. There's no blink. There's no stalkers. There's no archons. There's no charge lots. There's no charge. There's no +1. And there's no air units. So yeah. That's a cancel. Whatever that was. But this is a terrible situation. This is basically game. He only has adepts to try and fight this. Loses the shield battery immediately. He has this 1 stalker without any upgrades. He's gonna have an immortal soon. Okay, so this might be the saving grace. Why is he chasing these adepts so hard? He should have just killed that base. Pretty sure with the bites he could have gotten it. Yeah, Solar playing the merciful one here, not forcing the issue on this Nexus. And until that point, until that attack from Solar, things were actually looking very good for Trap worker-wise, economy-wise, but now look at it. It's 70 probes, 70 workers to 50 workers, so 20 worker lead, that's a ton of extra income. 4th base on the way here for a Zerg player, and of course Lair is done. Should be roach speed any second here. Yeah, it's already coming in. And on the other side, well, we got a prism, up to a prism at this point, and 1 immortal. 2nd immortal should be out soon here. And then a couple observers queued up behind this. Extra gates coming in, but still no real transition here out of this. Finally, he's gonna commit to blink, so that's interesting choice. Usually you see the standard or like the standard would be, of course, Storm and Archons and Charge, right? Because they have a very nice synergy, being very mineral heavy on the Zealots and very gas heavy on those Archons and High Templars, of course. But this kind of makes me wonder, what is he planning to do with this blink? This feels like he wants to be aggressive in my eyes, and yeah, try to just overwhelm with blink stalkers and +1. But the +1 is gonna be so late, even if you chrono it now every single step of the way. He also doesn't really have a stalk count. He has 4 stalkers here with his army, so it's like utilizing the upgrade is gonna take some time because it simply doesn't have the numbers to actually make much of it. That's also why it's so weird. It's a more expensive upgrade. Oh wow, a goob on the robotics facility, yeah, stopping that immortal production. So yeah, I really wonder. Finally we're going into a robotics support bay here. Saying, well, I need something to deal with these. Let's get ahead, and most likely it's gonna be disruptors. This is not a Hydra heavy army, this is a roach based army, I think. Disruptors is probably gonna be the choice here. He's got his army though, but this Robo is not even gonna come into play because it's so late, everything's so delayed, and the big hammer is falling down now onto the top of the base here. Bailings rolling into the army, it's completely surrounded. My god, everything's just falling apart here for Trap in seconds. Trying to warp Prism Micro, but GG is called. Solar is gonna take the series. Very well played by Solar.